Titus, what would you say has been the impact of COVID-19 on your airline, Jambo Jet, or what is the extent of the disruption this far?
Like any other airline worldwide, COVID-19 halted operations. You remember as Jambo Jet we closed down in March to July 2020. And during that period, we had zero operations. If you look at the statistics worldwide, during that period, IATA estimated that almost 80% of airline business went in the drains.
What did this mean for survival of the airline, for day-to-day operation to be halted, no movement of people, literally zero movement of goods and no money coming in?
Like I said, it was devastating, and obviously it affected our cash flow fundamentally. Remember, we closed operations, but the organization continued running. The aircrafts had to be powered so that the engines are up to speed. We still had to take care of the staff and other direct expenses and rents and rates. So it was a very difficult space to be in, not only for us, but for everybody.
Now, come August, the government made it in that it was open for both domestic travel and international travel. What impact did this presidential directive have?
In fact, before the president made the directive for domestic, which was cessation of lifting of the cessation of movement for the 5 counties that were closed, including Nairobi. Like I said, we did not close shop per se. We were working behind the scenes, and that is the time the team came in much stronger than ever before, looking at options of what would happen if scenario A, for example, if the government, if the president extends the curfew, what is our plan? What if it is opened, and what plans are we putting in place? So at that point, we sat down as a team and looked at the customer before March and the customer after July, and therefore worked with stakeholders around to put in the health and safety protocols so that the customer feels comfortable when they come back to fly post the lockdown period. Yeah.
Now, when you look at business amid COVID-19, you need different strategies to be able to survive and to be able to stay afloat. What are some of the strategies that Jambo Jet has put in place? We can begin with, say, Now Travel Ready, because it was very famous.
Yeah, it is what I was going to talk about. Like I said, travel in the new normal is not like it was before the pandemic. And you cannot do it alone. So one of the things we did was to come up with this initiative and campaign called dubbed hashtag Now Travel Ready. And the objective of this campaign was primarily to sensitize our clients that despite COVID, in fact, COVID is here to stay with us, and therefore just to showcase to them the health and safety measures that we are putting in place ourselves as an airline, the airports that we fly into. And we went ahead even to partner with hotels and transport providers, and basically to tell the customer what they can do, how they can do it in the various destinations we fly to. So basically walking the customer through the journey of the new normal and giving them a reassurance that the health and safety protocols are in place, and obviously showcasing to them where they can visit when they go to the destinations we fly to.
Now, when somebody thinks about air travel, you think the air ticket is expensive. That's always the notion at the back of anybody's mind. Yeah. But Jambo Jet has come up with this really interesting strategy where you're doing mass sales of ticket at really affordable prices. Talk to us about that, the impact it has had and how far it's going.
Well, our objective as an airline, one, is to provide safe, reliable, and affordable tickets. In fact, we are the first truly low-cost airline in this region. So sometimes when we do our promotions and ignite the market with fantastic rates and those offers that you see around, like the 2,100 shillings sale for 2021, really our objective is not to make money, but our objective is to fill up and to excite the market and to reassure the market that we are truly a cost leader. In fact, when you do such promos, our objective are normally 3: to attract advance bookings so that people can book in advance. Number 2, to put the brand out there and remind the public that we are a truly low-cost carrier. And thirdly, just to be able to excite the market, right? So So sometimes we sit down and we just look at the low season like we had in January, where you're very much aware that you're going to fly some distressed inventory or empty seats, and then you say, let's give it out and attract more people to travel, because that is our objective.
How many people did you attract and how fast did the tickets sell out?
Within the second day, over the 10,000 seats had gone. So we ended up selling about 13,000. Our target was 10,000, but we did 13,000. Yeah.
Now, also, there is the diversification into charter flights to cater to a particular demographic. Talk to us about that, and since September, what's the progress report?
You know, the new customer in the new normal is a little bit more sensitive about their space. They want their privacy. And this is one of the reasons that drove us into coming up with these charter operations. The idea of a charter is to give that aspect of privacy and convenience in many aspects. It's not a new thing in this market, but it was our first time to do this. We have reached out to a lot of target markets in this region. We use charter, and we keep on getting ad hoc requests and dealing with them as they come. But most fundamentally is we are preparing ourselves commercially and operationally to be able to go for long-term charters, should and when they come, should they come. So that's what we are doing in the background, just to be ready. Yeah.
Now, as we nearly come to a close of our conversation, I want us to talk about business in the new normal, because previously, prior to COVID-19, many airlines relied on ticketing, but now you're realizing that ticketing alone cannot do it, and you're beginning to diversify your revenue streams. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, and really, if you look at it even worldwide, the margins in the aviation industry generally are very low compared to other industries in the world. Most airlines do margins of between 0 and 4% in this region. So if you were to rely on the airfare alone or on the ticket sales alone, it becomes unsustainable, because the passenger numbers have gone down and the willingness to pay has also gone down. So your net effect on revenue is lower for passenger only. And that is where, as a business, we are taking steps towards aggressively marketing our charter operations. We have also diversified into cargo business, which is a project that is in the pipeline, and our advertising and media sales, just to bolster revenue and increase ancillary revenues to support the core business of passenger transport.
Let's talk about 2021. What are your projections passenger-wise, revenue-wise, and also at what capacity are you operating at?
At the moment, we have grown steadily. When we came back in July, we were doing 45% network load factor and only utilizing 3 out of our 6 aircrafts. At the moment, we are using 5 out of 6, and our passenger numbers are in the region of 75% to 85% week on week. For us to be able to survive 2021 and recover from 2022, we must do cabin factors of between 85 and 90% as a network, and that is our projection for this year. So far so good. We are off the target, but we are in the right track. Yeah.
Okay. Revenue?
I do not have the absolute figures here. So.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.